Hello and welcome to the Wayne Carver mobile app tutorial. If you have a previous version of the app installed, you will need to first uninstall the previous version. To do that, click and hold down on the app until it starts wiggling and a little X appears. Click the X and you will be asked if you want to delete Wayne Mobile. Click delete. The app is then deleted. Click the home button to make everything else stop wiggling. To install the app, you will need to first open up the email you have received from Wayne Carver. You will read the instructions, and then it asks you to watch the tutorial, which you should be doing right now. You will install the app by clicking on the link, and it will bring you to a page that looks like this. You will click Install Application, and a notification will pop up asking you if you would like to install Wayne Mobile. Click Install. It will bring you back to the screen and the app will install. It does require internet connection to do this. Once the app has installed, you can open the app. You will need to log in. You do this using the credentials provided you by Wayne Carver. Click Login and your data will load. This does require an internet connection. This process may take a long time. Wait until all of these have loaded, and if an error message pops up, follow the instructions of the error message. Once you have signed in, you will be brought to the welcome screen. We have the tutorial video, viewing submitted and unshipped orders, the Wayne Carver website, shipping information, and contact information. The tutorial video will bring you to the link of the tutorial video so that you can reference it and watch it at any time. If we go back to the app, you will have to re-enter your password anytime you get out of the app and then get back into the app. This is just so nobody messes with your data. The next thing we have is View Submitted Orders. View Submitted Orders brings you to a list of all the orders that you have submitted to Wayne Carver in the last year and 2 months. You can see it is sorted by customer here. If you want to sort it by date, you can click Sort by Date and say I want orders only after June 22nd. Then show me the orders after June 22nd. You can select a customer or an order and look at the orders. You see them here. Click on one and you'll be brought to this screen. This is an overview of the order. See that you get a status here, which will tell you something about where the order is, a ship date, the customer PO, and all these other things. You can look up the shipping info here. You can see all of the items here. You can create a PDF of the order, which will allow you to send it to somebody. Remember, this is not an official invoice. The other thing that we have included, the new thing, is tracking numbers. If you click here, you will get a tracking number if your package has shipped. This will allow you to see where your order is. Simply click on the tracking number and you will be brought to this page. And then you can see how your package has been tracked, and that will allow you to get up-to-date information on your order once it has shipped. I'm going to go back to the order, and again we'll have to enter the password. Now, that is what you can do with the submitted orders. We're going to go back to the welcome screen, and back here we can view unshipped orders. Now these are the orders that have not shipped yet. So these would be orders that were just recently sent in, but you can view them and see where they are, their status, and all of that information. The next thing we have is the Wayne Carver website. Simply click on it to view Wayne Carver's website. You can also view shipping information and contact information. Next, we'll move on to name programs. Now we start with the name program side of things. To do that, on the bottom bar here you see something with a little W that says Name Programs. Click on that. You have Start New Name Program Order, Edit and Submit Name Program Orders, or View iPad Order History. You need, obviously, to start a new order the first time you do this. So start a new order. The first thing you have to do is pick your customer, and then pick the item under that customer. So we're going to be picking 3-function knife cherry. In this screen, the order screen, you can pick any name simply by tapping on it. This increases your quantity over here by 1 every time you tap on it. You can clear the quantity anytime you want and simply scroll to find the name. The other way you can find names on this list is over here. You have sayings, and then you go down the alphabet till you find your name. You can also search for a name if you want to find a certain name, and simply add that to your list and then hit the little X when you're done. The other thing you have is if you want to tap on the number and add quantities faster, you can do +5, +10, or you can type in a custom quantity. Say you wanted to enter something like 24. Now, if you do accidentally order a larger quantity, it should give you an error. Not an error, a notification saying that you've ordered a very large quantity of that name, which sometimes you may accidentally do that. Please make sure you fix this if you have ordered the wrong item or too many of them. Another thing you can do with this screen is set the defective item count. This is for items that are bad or defective that you would usually write in your notes to Wayne Carver, but we put it on the order screen so you can do this while you're picking the order. Simply select the number of defective items, click Done, and that will be sent to Wayne Carver. Once you have picked your order, you can save it. If you realize you don't want this order, you can also delete it. We're going to save it. It allows you to save and review or save and exit. Save and exit will bring you back out to that welcome screen. Save and review will bring you to the editing screen. We now come to the editing screen. Here you can see some of the basic info about the order, and you can set your shipping location and your ship date. Now, Your shipping location will populate with all the stores or shipping locations that are available under that customer. And then you can set a ship date. Remember that Wayne orders usually ship within 3 to 5 business days. If you want the order to simply ship as soon as possible, check ASAP. Otherwise, you can set a date. And if you want it to ship not before that date, check not before. You then can also select a different shipping method if you want to. We usually ship by UPS Ground, but if you want to select a different one, you can do that. Here we have the item we have already picked, the name program 3-function knife cherry. We can also add another name program. Say we want to pick pens for this order as well, and we can pick that just like the order screen. You can also edit one of these if you need to go back and change something about it. You can do that. Simply click on it to be able to edit that. Then we can also enter a purchase order number and any notes you have about this order. A couple of other things, you can create a PDF of this order. Now, to create a PDF, you'll click on the button and be offered an option of a summarized order or a detailed order. A summarized order will simply list the line items for you. So we can see that. We'll display the general data, and then it will display the line items for you. The detailed order will display the line items, but it will also display the individual names that you have ordered for everything you've ordered. Now, on this PDF screen, we can do a couple of things. The first thing we can do is set prices. If you want to set prices for your customer, you simply click here, and just to note that all actual prices are set by Wayne Carver. So these are not official prices. If you need that information, you can of course contact Wayne Carver and enter it here. But this is just for your purposes if you need to send it to a customer or someone like that. You can set prices. I'm just setting arbitrary prices here, but that will then populate here, and so you can see more about your order. You can then email this order by clicking email and simply type in who you'd like to send it to and any notes you would like to put concerning the order. And once you have done that, you can send the order, and of course you see that that's sent. You can then go back to the ordering screen, and you can either save your order or send your order, delete the order if you no longer want this order, or simply go back. Sending the order will send the order into Wayne Carver. Saving the order, we will click that, will bring you back to this welcome screen. Now, the next thing you can do is, remember we went through starting new name program orders, but you can also click edit and submit name program orders. Here will appear all the orders which you have started. You simply click on the order, and then we can see this order that we entered. When you want to send the order to Wayne Carver, click send order, and it'll ask you if all your information is correct. Please make sure your information is correct before you send the order in, and then click send order, and you'll see this little spinning thing. This is sending your order in and updating your iPad data. It is then successfully sent in to Wayne Carver. Now, the other thing you have here is View iPad Order History. Viewing iPad order history allows you to view the orders that you have sent in from this iPad. Now, I must mention that this is a backup. This is a button and a screen you hopefully will not have to use, but in case your data is lost and we can't find it, this is where you go. Click on the order that you have sent in and you'll see it's an iPad order history. And what you'll want to do with this is, if the order is lost, you'll want to email it. And we already have the email address and what's wrong. Please put in who you've talked to about this and then send the order in to Wayne Carver so that we can get it processed. This will just make sure that none of the orders that you enter on the iPad are lost. The next thing and the new thing about the app is the general merchandise. Now, we have basically the same layout as the name program, and so we're going to start with starting a new general merchandise order. Here is the main screen for the order. You see we can enter billing and shipping info, pick items, enter any notes you have about the order, and you can also view the general merchandise reminders. Make sure you keep all of these things in mind as you are entering general merchandise orders. First thing we will do is pick billing or enter billing and shipping info. Now, there are two options here. The first is that you can simply type in everything you want to about the customer. You know, your bill to, your address, city, state, everything, and then you can also do that for the ship to. The other thing that you can do is you can select a customer. So you can select one of your customers, and then you can select the shipping location from that customer, and it'll simply populate these tables so you don't have to enter all that information if you don't need to. Must also mention that there's a clear button here, so if you just want to clear everything, you can do that if you entered the wrong customer or something. You can then also enter a ship date. Simply type in the ship date you want. Or you can put ASAP in that field. Just type in what you're wanting. You can also put a cancel date if you want to, and your purchase order number if you want to. You can also, as we had before, select a different shipping method if you want to. Once you've entered all that data, simply click Save and it'll bring you back out to the main screen. After we have entered our billing and shipping info, we can pick our items. Now, this works like the old sheet did, where you enter your art numbers, your repeat art numbers, whatever they may be. Or you can, if you are used to putting the name, you can put the name in there. You can type whatever you want to into these fields, just please make it understandable. If you want to enter a new custom art, click here and just be reminded that there is a price for creating new art that will be determined by Wayne Carver. You can also put in an optional name drop if you want to. Once you have entered all the information up here, you can add an item. Simply click Add Item, and here is a list of all the items that we sell in general merchandise. You can also search for them and pick one of them. You can see that here we have the item and there are two options, two buttons, select art and select name. Select art. Now you can pick no art or select one of the arts that you have entered. Simply click that and it will appear here, and then you can select a name if you want to. Then enter a quantity. Now remember, some of these items must be ordered in quantities of 6, 12, or something other. So if you enter a wrong quantity, it will tell you what it must be ordered in increments of, and simply make sure that you order in those increments. If you realize that you have picked the wrong item, you can delete an item. Place your finger off the screen and slide onto the screen. A little delete box will appear. Click that and the item will be deleted. And you can also add more items by picking them and selecting the options you want, and then entering, of course, quantities for these arts. Once you are finished with that, you have picked all your items, simply click save and it brings you back out to this screen. Enter any notes you want to enter, and then you have the same options that you had for the name program order. So you can create a PDF and this will show you all the items. Now these prices here actually generate from what you would have seen on the old order sheet. These are not necessarily the prices that go along with the products as you are ordering them. So you do have the option of setting the prices differently if you are wanting to do that. But remember again that all prices are determined by Wayne Carver. Just like the other one, you can email this. Simply enter who you want it to email and send it to them. You can also save the order, and we will do that. Back at the general merchandise screen, we can edit and submit the order. This populates with all the orders you have started, just like the name program. Pick that order. You can see the order here, and then when we want to send the order in, we make sure that everything is correct and then send the order. The order will send to Wayne Carver. And just like the name programs, we can also view the iPad order history. These are the orders. In case it does fail, you can send this in to Wayne Carver, and it will record your art number and name drop on this one just to make sure that you don't lose any of that data, so that you can feel safe while using the app. You can also view the general merchandise reminders from this screen if you want to. The last thing that we will go over is settings. Settings gives you a couple of options. Resync data will simply make sure that all your data is up to date. You may be asked to do this if you haven't synced in a while or sent an order in. When your orders are sent in, it does automatically resync data, so you shouldn't have to do this that often. You can also log out if you want to log out. You can also clear all data. Now you shouldn't have to do that too often, and be very careful of that button because it will clear everything that you have entered on the iPad. You can also edit IP and port. This is something you shouldn't have to touch, but just in case, we do have it there. Thank you for watching the Wayne Mobile tutorial, and I hope that this has been helpful. Enjoy!